Everybody, JaffaArchfiend here, and well, welcome to also, first of all, Happy New Year to everyone. So, welcome to another video, whichever one you want to call it, of a playthrough of Genshin Impact. So, 2.4 has landed today. So, with the Interlude chapter between the current thing and the next region. So, this is Act 1 of the Interlude chapter, so 2.4. No, it's 2.4, so 2.5 will probably be in Act 2, 2.6 will probably be in Act 3, so 2.7 should be, in theory, when we go to Sumeru and see what on earth's going on with the Dendro Archon. So, in the meantime, Jade Chamber Rising. Ooh. Liyue Harbor is all abuzz with news of the Jade Chamber's rebuilding. Go to Eugene Terrace and ask Ninnguang for the details. I love how we can just walk up to the person in charge of the whole thing and just ask, you know, what's going on? I'm gonna test the thing. Oh, this is so much easier. Rather than having to do all that. So that's gonna be that is so helpful in the PlayStation. Controls seem a bit squishy. Loading. Oh, excuse me. Do we have the Lantern Rite decorations up already? Because I know they were saying that there was going to be the Lantern Rite event going on. I don't see any Lantern Festival decor up and running at the moment, though. Then again, I haven't gone down near the beach yet, so who knows? I haven't gone down to Harbour proper yet. Rather bare bones for this kind of thing at the moment.
I have gathered everyone here today to make an important announcement. Perhaps some of you will have heard the news already. I am, in fact, planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber.
I mean, that was an inevitability.
Rebuild the Jade Chamber? That's a huge project!
So the rumors are true. No wonder the price of building materials has gone up so much lately.
The Jade Chamber means a lot to Lady Ninnguang. Getting involved in this would be a huge opportunity.
Of course.
Lady Ninnguang, is there any way we can be of service?
Patience. Since the news made it out a few days ago, I have already had many people contacting me to declare an interest in joining the project.
Yeah, no wonder. I mean, if you get on her good side, you may or may not get some tips on business later on.
Nevertheless, I do have a few matters I should like to entrust to you here today.
Oh?
The building site has been chosen, and most of the materials have been assembled. 3 key items are, however, still outstanding.
3 key items.
They are as follows: Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
Looks like some people are shaking their heads they won't be able to help with this.
Excuse my ignorance, Lady Ninnguang. I'm familiar enough with Plostrite, but I've never even heard of those other 2.
Yeah, did you?
Only sufficiently large pieces of Plostrite, or specifically, Vermilionite, may earn themselves the Sunset moniker. This stone is what allows the Jade Chamber to float.
Okay.
Wonder Cores, meanwhile, are the central components of the mechanical structure of the Jade Chamber.
Okay, so we need really big floaty rocks. Okay.
Adepti Sigils serve as a means of integrating the mechanical devices with Adepti art. They are as indispensable as the mechanical core itself.
Basically, think of that as the bridge between the mechanical and the magical. So we need this kind of connector conducer.
Although these 3 items are rare, I trust that with your connections and capabilities, procuring them will not be a question of if, but of when.
I do have to wonder, is she talking to everyone else or us
I take the
specifically?
saying, time is money, more seriously than most. Efficiency is everything. I will pay a generous price for the materials that you find. And in addition, the first 3 people who collect all the materials will have the opportunity to ask me a question.
Oh, golden ticket.
You may ask me anything, and I will give you an honest answer. I trust that this means of compensation will be to everyone's satisfaction.
Basically 3 wishes here, like 1 wish per person.
These things won't be easy to get hold of. But if it means a chance to get some inside information on Liyue Harbor's development plan for next year...
Yeah.
Then it's the deal of a lifetime. Information from Lady Ninnguang is priceless. Whoever gets to it first takes the market.
Haha, what a coincidence. I won't divulge too much, but I heard some murmurings about some Plostrite just the other day. So excuse me all, but, I have some business to do.
Scatter!
Oh, no. We better move quickly, or this opportunity will be snatched away from us.
Ninnguang's rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is a huge deal! Let's get involved!
Hey, Lady
So you
Ninnguang.
heard my announcement, did you? What do you think? Interested?
Can I really ask you anything at all?
Yes. Providing the question pertains to something I am knowledgeable about.
If I can find out more about my sibling.
Really? Ooh, then Paimon will ask you about how to run a business!
Oh no! Oh no!
Never be short of Mora ever again!
Speaking of someone who works in retail, that's not exactly how that works.
Of course. But how much information I share with you will depend on your performance.
Oh god, this is grading on a curve.
The construction of the Jade Chamber requires a great deal of space. The abandoned mine outside the Golden House has been selected as the building site. Once you have collected the materials, please take them there. I have other business to attend to now. Otherwise, I would gladly escort you to the site in person. When you do arrive, please seek out my secretary.
Now, is it going to be your secretary, or is it going to be Ganyu?
Remember, this is a race against the clock. A rare opportunity presents itself to you. Do not let somebody else snatch it from your grasp.
Oh boy.
Ninnguang seems super busy. Come on, we'd better get going. First, we gotta get out of Eugene Terrace. Huh? Look! It seems like there's something kind of fishy going on over there.
Ma'am, you seem like an eminent and distinguished young lady to me. I can see that you're easily gonna win this
Oh,
procurement
no.
contest Lady Ninnguang has set up.
Oh, I feel sorry for these poor fools.
As it happens, we have some information about the materials that I really think might interest you. Come on, let's find somewhere a little more private, and we can get down to brass tacks.
Buddy, I would not recommend that.
No, I don't need it.
Ah, don't be like that. Hey, come on, don't go! Why don't you stand there after her? Oh, right, yeah.
Guys, I wouldn't. Oh no. Oh dear. And thus we begin with the crane returns on the wind.
Did you hear that? They said they had some useful information.
I'm on.
Information's just what we need right now. Let's follow them and see what we can
I
find.
love how in the quest text puts information peddlers in quotation marks. I'm on. They don't have information. They were either wanting to try and mug her or do other things.
They're not here. Let's keep looking.
This is not going to end well for these guys.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Nowhere left to run.
Buddy, you're the one who should be running.
Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some mora, we give you a little info. Everybody's a winner.
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
You're screwed.
I've already told you, I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to forget.
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to
Buddy,
spell this out
she's
to
the one
you.
trying to spell it out for you.
It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over and nobody getting hurt.
I won't.
No more excuses! I know you have money. I saw you. Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Liyue Pavilion, ordering a table full of food, and only taking a few bites. Then Shenhe kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take a few bites, then you're on your way again. How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us a little spare change, huh?
I don't think you quite figure out how this works.
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
We're trying to intimidate people into doing business.
You again.
Oh, you again? Oh, God.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own business. I swear!
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians? You're coming with us.
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Nope. Lilith takes away the hooligans who were surrounding the young lady with white hair. You alright?
Shenhe,
Shenhe?
my name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel buddy.
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation.
You're welcome.
I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
Lady, just a swift kick to the groin would have done the trick.
You can't do that. That's way too violent.
I mean, I do agree with her notion of what it would take for him to go away, but a quick kick to
This
the
is
groin will do
Liyue
it.
Harbor. There are laws against that kind of stuff, you know.
Laws?
You never heard of the law?
No. Apparently not.
Oh, wow.
Really? So how exactly have you...
Look at the faces! What was that noise? Why are you asking what was that noise? That was clearly her stomach.
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that and the other, but only took a small bite of each dish. Then of course you're still hungry. So, anything in particular you're hungry for?
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals.
Those are all medicinal herbs.
Medicinal herbs?
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Boo Boo Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe there for a big medicinal meal. After all, you can't work on an empty stomach.
And there's Boo Boo.
Do you think Shenhe might be an Adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she is an Adeptus, that would explain everything.
It would.
Where does she fit in with the other Adepti, though? even super curious.
Oh boy, she's gonna straight up ask her, isn't she? No, well, we don't have Chi-Chi on the till today.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Ginseng, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have in stock.
Thank you.
She's really eating them!
To everyone's astonishment, Shenhe polishes off all the medicinal herbs.
My hunger has now abated. Thank you.
How do they taste?
Rather awful.
Then why?
Though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance. After consuming a large quantity of them, bitterness is all that remains.
Then why eat such a lot? Then why eat half a pound of each?
So, how come you chow down on these and barely touch the restaurant food? If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fanciest restaurant in town and order a whole table of food and eat it all in one go.
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future.
Ah, fair enough.
The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spiritual development.
That actually makes a lot of sense, actually. Fair enough. Fair dues. Fair enough.
Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Okay.
Return to the mountains. That proves it. Paimon knew she was an adeptus.
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the Rebuild the Jade Chamber competition! And now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
That's fine.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ninnguang any question you want if you win! Were you interested in the contest too, Shenhe?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a contest. However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry. I ask for nothing in return.
Wow! You really don't have to.
Quite generous of
But
you.
having an adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Sure. Let's join forces.
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Oh.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the awesomest plan ever!
Oh, I wouldn't get your hopes up, Paimon.
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective.
Okay. Getting worried.
We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us.
Yep.
Then, we alone shall
there
become
was
the
the worry.
victors.
There was the concern. Shenhe, you can't just kill the competition!
Veto! That is not acceptable! Not by a long shot!
Wow, I really want to see what happens if Shenhe ever meets Eula.
But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one-upmanship.
Conflict, not killing!
Look, we want to win this competition fair and square, okay?
No killing!
Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils. Let's start at the top of the list and work down. So, for Plustrite...
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Hello, Baiju. Our one and only character we know has a dendro vision. How the...
Baiju? What are you doing out here?
Those of you who are not familiar, Dr. Baiju is basically Liyue Harbor's equivalent of Orochimaru from Naruto. Only, you know, more of a doctor than a ninja. As far as we're
Lady
aware.
Ninnguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came out to fetch the ingredients personally.
Huh? How come Lady Ninnguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
You know, probably working on the Jade Palace or probably Jade Chamber, so people are probably gonna get hurt on the job.
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my customers' personal affairs. Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi.
Yeah.
Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of you are looking for part-time work by any chance?
Chi-Chi is his assistant zombie. And yes, I mean that quite literally. She's a zombie.
No, we've got other stuff to do.
Well, more on the
while
Gene
you're here,
Shine's
though,
side of
you
zombie.
seem to know a lot. Have
zombie.
you ever heard of something called Sunset Vermilionite?
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises up all the way into the clouds. It's very rare indeed.
Yeah,
As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more about this than I do.
And we have a good buddy in the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Okay then, let's go ask at the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need from me, just come to the Boo Boo Pharmacy. Why does Lady Ninnguang need so much wound dressing? Is it really such risky business rebuilding the Jade Chamber? This is all most peculiar.
To the Feiyun Commerce Guild. Yeah, I've already tried pulling for Shenhe before the stream started. I got a Keqing on the 50-50. Yeah, I'm not too fussed.
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
And there's our good buddy at the Feiyun Commerce Guild.
Why do I detect an urgency in your voice?
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Everyone's been completely caught off guard.
Oh?
Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I happen to see you.
Oh, wow.
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself shortly.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of relief.
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, please wait a moment. Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later on.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of service?
Xingqiu, have you ever heard of Sunset Vermilionite?
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ninnguang's contest as well.
Yep.
As well? Do you mean...
But,
The
I
truth
think pretty
is,
much half the city's
Feiyun
involved.
Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset Vermilionite, but only one piece.
Ow!
We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction, and a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring about the price.
Oh, we ain't gonna be able to afford that.
At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction price may be in excess of 500 million more.
Oh! Ooh! That's 500 million! Ah! Nope!
500 million?!
I don't think I can afford it.
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's just not worth it.
Yeah, that's mostly people bidding each other so they can get the Ninnguang question.
But without any Sunset Vermilionite...
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Nope.
Who?
Never heard of them.
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, but if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Oh, he's an Adeptus! Well, was an Adeptus.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Seagazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures, among which was some sunset Vermilionite.
Are you suggesting we go raid an Adeptus treasure vault? Oh boy.
After
That sounds like
Seagazer
Indiana Jones
passed, the
shenanigans.
abode was abandoned, and its location was lost to time.
Yep, this is Indiana Jones shenanigans coming up.
Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Liyue area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his treasure?
Ah, Paimon, the ever-sometimes voice of conscience.
Wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful? With him being an Adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Seagazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Seagazer being described in this way before. May I ask where you read that?
I don't think she read it anywhere.
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long. So please, be very careful.
I usually am.
Okay, we will be. Thanks, Xingqiu.
Alrighty.
It looks like the Jade Chamber rebuilding project will be fiercely competitive. It's difficult to say who will emerge as the winner.
Alrighty. In the Liyue area. Oh, thank you, map. Alright, teleport up to there. Oh.
It should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
What?
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed it, we can inspect the area more closely.
You can just do that.
Wow, that's amazing!
Wow, okay.
Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there?
Oh. Hello. By the power of plot, we follow the Sealy.
The Sealy got...
Oh, damn it, I cut off the thing. Alright, Seagazer's abode. Okay, right, so we're gonna need a cryo, a geo, and a pyro. Definitely gonna bring at least... Let's see now. I do want to keep Venti, but Zhongli and Jingyan will handle the element, those elements parts at least. So we need a cryo. Well, I have been working on her, so... Aloy?
Need
going
help?
out.
I'm here.
Let's start. Let's see what we've got here in Seagazer's abode.
What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here?
Paimon, it's an Adeptus, it's an Adepti abode.
Oh, so many clouds. It feels like we're high up in the sky.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the sunset Vermilionite we're looking for should be in here.
Really? Let Paimon see! Huh? Isn't that the Sealy from before? Look, it's gone and snuck beneath the clouds! And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be something below the clouds?
What do you think, Shenhe?
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an Adepti art used for spatial partitioning.
Spatial partitioning. Okay, I think I know what you're on about, but...
If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the Adepti art.
Yeah, basically a force field.
Alright, then let's do it!
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful.
I have Shenhe with me. I do indeed. Okay. Let's... No, don't fix the bank. So let's see what we got going on here. Okay, so they've got her in this demo with us at 71 with a Calamity Queller weapon. Nice. Her Noblesse Oblige set. Okay. With 3 constellations. And her town set up at 5, 5, and 5. Well, that says 8, but at this constellation boosted up by 3, so take away 3, so. Okay. So there. That being said. See how far we get with just Shenhe.
Manifest! Transfiguration! Got something for ya.
Okay, I feel like we're supposed to be... Ah, there it is. Virginia, not to climb it, thank you. Thank you. We stick it in here. There we go. That's 1. Okay, so no actual physically destroying. First activate the ancient array. Right, how the hell? Okay, how do we get up there?
I will have order.
Okay, hold on. I think I'm supposed to build up somewhere here. Alright, so we need to get up onto... Well, so wait for that thing to sort itself. We need to get up there somehow. Looks like climbing up here might do the trick. Assume... Nope, we can't even climb. Oh, okay, we can't even climb anything. How are we supposed to get up there then? Okay. That looks like it restored itself, so we can bring this back up then. Get back in the wind funnel. Come on. There we go. All the way up there. Thank you. Sorry, Keqing, I'm just seeing what we've got going on here.
It appears that we've been taken for intruders. This time, why not allow me to take care of this?
Obey! Do your master's bidding! The hunt is on! Ever seen one of these?
Thunderclap! This is order. Stabilize.
Transfiguration! The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance.
You're stuck now!
Take this!
There we go.
Whoa! We're gonna fall! Is everyone okay? Look! The ceiling disappeared beneath the clouds again!
It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the guard mechanisms on this level first.
Got something for ya. The hunt is on.
Take this! Order guide you. Stabilize. Lightning flash! Stabilize.
This'll pack a punch. This is a new one. Time to rock!
This could take a while.
Gather! Yep, take this! Halloween thunder! This is order.
Do your master's bidding! Take your true form!
Okay. That thing's gonna wake up, isn't it? There we go.
We're gonna fall. This time, we're really gonna fall. Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That ceiling's on the move again. Let's catch up with it. Huh. Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
Oh no, it's one of these puzzles. Ah! Oh no. Sorry, Keqing. Hey, treasure chest. At least it wasn't too annoying to puzzle at this level. Heal. I got a funny feeling we're about to enter a room where there's a boss fight. Or the equivalent of.
You will regret this! Feel the beat! The hunt is on! Got something for ya!
Take this!
Hey, not the guitar! Shred till I'm dead!
Order guide you.
You're stuck now!
Thunderclap! Lightning flash!
Obey! Take your true form!
Solidify!
This'll pack a punch.
Lightning flash!
Take your true form!
Take this!
Got something for ya. Feel the beat!
Lightning flash!
This'll pack a punch. Power cord! Cryo incarnate! Amp it up!
This is order!
This is a new one!
Order guide you.
Pyrotechnics! Manifest! Unleash!
There we go. Didn't get the achievement. Must not have been quick enough. There's an achievement if you trigger 5 elemental bursts within a certain amount of time. I'm guessing it doesn't apply if you've got, like, trial characters in who wants your party with you.
Look, over there! Could that be the sunset Vermilionite?
Yeah, it definitely looks like a big floaty rock. First things first, healing. Interact with on the table, unfortunately. Yep, that's definitely a big floaty rock.
Is this it? Is this the sunset Vermilionite? It's so huge!
It's big to get the whole airborne Jade Chamber
That's
airborne.
true, but then again, why isn't it floating?
Oh, that needs to be activated first.
Plaustrite doesn't float until it's activated. It may look different from most ordinary stones, but it weighs around the same amount. Only after being activated does Plaustrite reveal its true nature, breaking free from the shackles of the mortal realm and ascending up into the heavens.
Wow, Shenhe, you seem to know everything about this.
Only because my master is fond of chatting about these things. The moment she has some time to spare, she'll come straight for me and start telling story after story. I don't care for her stories most of the time. I certainly didn't expect them to ever come in handy like this.
I wonder who this master is.
Hold on a sec. Paimon just realized something. If we activate it here, there's no way we'll be able to get it back to the site, right? Heck, we'll be dragged up into the sky too!
And if it weighs the same as regular rock until it's activated, how the hell are we gonna get this to the Jade Chamber site?
But if we don't activate it, how else are we gonna lift it? This rock must weigh well over 1,000 pounds, surely!
Don't worry. I can handle the weight quite easily.
Huh?
Are you sure? Be careful!
Please don't worry. I'm well aware that a plostrite sample this large must be highly valuable. I will be gentle with it and make sure it does not get damaged.
Your safety you have to be careful of.
My safety?
Yes! Yours!
That's right! Paimon's sure you can handle it and everything, but if something this heavy lands on you, you're gonna get yourself hurt, no matter who you are. You gotta be extra careful when lifting heavy objects. It's just common sense!
Is it now? Well then, thank you. I'll go on ahead with the plostrite. Let's meet at the building site later.
How is Shenhe able to carry that huge rock all by herself? Adepti super strength much? We can't slow down yet. Let's go meet her at the building site.
And off to the building site. It's like person, rock, person, rock. It's I mean, I get hidden muscles and all that, sure. But still, she must have a six-pack hidden under that outfit. She is shredded. Alright. Oh, come on. There we go. Teleport to the Liyue, to the Golden House. There's a teleport point there. Actually, that one doesn't have anything I can upgrade her stuff with. No, I need more guides to freedom. God damn it. Okay. I'll be writing it up for those later. This must be the Jade. This must be the site.
Oh my god, I can't believe my eyes.
How can she lift that massive rock all by herself? She's got to be one of those adepti, surely.
Okay, I may have been slightly underestimating how big the rock is compared to actual people.
Oh, mighty Adeptus, please give me your blessing so that in the coming year I may reap a more bountiful salary.
His name's Lemming. Oh god. Don't jump!
This is top tier in size and quality, and the condition it's in is quite simply immaculate. Congratulations! This item is approved for submission. I'm going to award you full marks for the Sunset Vermilionite item. May I take your name?
My name isn't important. I'm not even here to compete. I was just delivering this for some other people. They should be here any minute now.
Shenhe! And Ninnguang's little helper!
Wow!
Ah, so you're the ones behind this. No wonder. The rarest talent turns in the rarest plostrite specimen. But I have to correct you on one point. It's not helper, it's secretary.
Okay then, Miss Secretary, what do you think of the rock we found? Pretty amazing, right?
In truth, it is the finest piece of plostrite we have received so far. If everything goes according to plan, we will use this piece in the foundation of the Jade Chamber, which will enable us to proceed to the next stage of construction. As a side note, Lady Ninnguang has rented some dwellings in the nearby area to serve as accommodations for the contestants. If you need a place to rest, you are welcome to stay there.
We're fine, we've got a teapot.
Now, please excuse me. As you can see, there is still a lot of work to do on the building site.
It's just saying that out loud. We have a teapot we can live in.
Shenhe! Just now on the way over, pretty much everyone was singing your praises!
Oh, really?
What kind of reaction is that? So strange. Aren't you happy about it? Whenever Paimon gets praised, Paimon can't help but hold their head up high and break into a big smug smile.
I've had similar compliments before. They call me an adeptus, treat me with great deference and respect, as if I'm set apart from the common folk.
Yeah, 'cause that's how adepti are. At least the ones we've met are pretty unique and reclusive, too. Way different than normal people.
But I am not...
Shenhe?
You alright?
I'm fine. I've been exerting myself quite a lot ever since we set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Alright.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right? Let's go check in and take a rest.
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
Get some rest. Now.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild on your own. When you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right? Seriously, don't punish yourself like this.
Guest accommodations are far more comfortable than the wilderness.
Okay. If you insist.
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to our hotel.
What's about the hotel's a shack? There we go. Which way do we go? We go around this side, I think. So how big is the rock? Yeah, that's a person right next to it. That's about the same size as the character we've got here. So, that's a big lump of rock. Got a whole bunch of makeshift cranes all over the place. Oof. That's not quite a shack, but...
Hi there! Checking in, are we? You're just in time. We only have 2 rooms left. Since this was chosen as the building site for the new Jade Chamber, we've had a constant stream of people in this area. And not just workers either. Visitors, business people, tea sellers, all sorts. So, business is booming for me today. Very few vacancies. You're lucky you got here when you did.
Great!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just through the door on the left. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you enjoy your stay. Please excuse me, I'll leave you to it.
Must be bigger on the inside.
You should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other room's ready. Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a huge grilled chicken drumstick before.
You are a floating stomach, aren't you?
Let's buy one for Shenhe too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or save it for breakfast tomorrow.
I wouldn't recommend holding a drumstick until breakfast. They tend to... I don't think Javad has a microwave.
All right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door.
Have a good rest.
See you tomorrow.
doing here? Let's go and say hi.
There we go. Hey, Cloud Retainer. This is one of the Adepti.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
Yeah.
So far, so good. Yeah. So, you know Shenhe too, Cloud Retainer?
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe to some degree.
Cool. So, what's her Adeptus name anyway? Calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful. So Paimon's thinking maybe it'd be better if we called her by her Adeptus name instead.
Her Adeptus name? Why, pray tell, would Shenhe have an Adeptus name?
Because everyone thinks she's an Adeptus.
Don't all Adepti have a special title they go by?
On this latter point, you are correct. However, Shenhe is human.
Oh, right. Wait, what? What? You knew already? So is Paimon the only one who didn't know?
You and everyone in Liyue Harbor.
Do you mean to say that she presents differently from ordinary human beings?
Yes.
Well, to start with, her problem-solving methods are extremely direct.
This guy's harassing me on the street. I'm a deck there. I'm gonna slam their head into the concrete several times to make my point. Yeah, that's a bit of an issue.
Ah, yes. She was like this all those years ago when one first met her. In this respect, she has not changed. One first found Shenhe by chance in a cave. One was passing by and sensed the presence of a god's remains.
Oh.
Being of an ever-vigilant disposition, one entered immediately to inspect the scene.
For context, for those of you who are only just joining in and aren't quite that familiar, a god's remains in this world are quite violent, kind of like a nuclear radiation, think Chernobyl type of thing. Not quite that, but similar-ish. So if they find any kind of divine remains, they need to kind of get rid of quite quickly. Otherwise, they cause problems. There's Zach.
Inside was Shenhe, then aged around 6 years old. In her hand, she held a dagger with which she was confronting a monster that was the god's remains incarnate.
Oh yes, I have seen the Book of Boba Fett. I actually haven't seen the new episode today yet, so we need to do that.
When one arrived, she had already been locked in confrontation with this monster for several days.
I'm sorry, 6
Most
years old,
mortal children
fighting the
are
remnants
fragile,
of a god for 6
both
days?
physically
Good Lord.
and mentally, and are highly reliant on their parents for survival. But not so her.
Probably going to go until the end of the chapter, until the end of this thing anyway, probably.
That she was able to endure such terrible danger was due not only to her strong willpower, but also to the bloodlust and homicidal instinct with which she was born.
Hey? That might be a...
One dealt with the monster, yet she still refused to lower her guard. She even pointed her dagger in one's direction and remained ready to strike.
Fair enough.
Only after she was satisfied that
that
one had no intention to cause her harm,
and then suddenly
did
this
she
crane thing
finally
appears,
relent.
takes it out.
She then passed out
you're a
without
good
uttering
guy or
a
a bad guy?
single
Do I have to
word.
fight you next? You're not gonna threat? Okay.
In other words, if you hadn't passed by that day, Shenhe might have...
Not necessarily. Upon one's arrival, one could sense that the god's wrath was gradually receding. Even had the stalemate continued, one suspects that Shenhe may have still emerged the victor of the confrontation.
Yikes! That is a scary 6-year-old.
Still so dangerous, though. Why was a tiny little kid battling against the wrath of a god in the first place?
Yeah.
Alas, the mortal world is rife with suffering of every kind. and she had experienced her fair share of this, even at a tender age. Seeing that she was homeless, one decided to adopt her.
So when Shenhe talks about her master, she means...
Indeed. It is one to whom she refers. Shenhe has an extraordinary constitution, making her well adapted to practicing the Adepti arts. All the Adepti cherished her talents, and so we were willing to train her. However, her homicidal urges did not subside with age. Rather, they grew stronger day by day.
Oh boy.
Mooncarver once performed a divination for her. He declared that her fate is to bear the curse of calamity.
Wow.
Consumed by malevolent energy, she is prone to bring harm to those around her. Such is the magnitude of the danger this poses, that her soul must be bound with red ropes to keep her homicidal instinct at bay.
Might want to bind some more ropes on that.
The red ropes have indeed served to keep her calmer and more content. They also seem to have rendered her somewhat inexpressive. Perhaps the red ropes are so powerful that they have suppressed some of her other emotions as well.
Basically, she's basically gone all Vulcan, basically. Okay.
It is only by fate that people's paths may cross. Now that Shenhe's path has crossed with yours, please be sure to treasure the gift that fate has given you, and take good care of her.
We'll do our best.
Oh, now Paimon gets it. You came out here to check up on Shenhe because you were worried about her, didn't you?
Huh. You dare draw such a facile conclusion on the nature of one's present excursion? Incorrect.
Bull.
The truth is that while Liyue Harbor may seem peaceful today, danger is always lurking in the shadows.
Okay, that much is true, but I'm calling bull on this not being the reason you came here.
Ninnguang once made a bold assertion that this is to be the era of the contract between Liyue and the humans. Well, one is most curious to observe how she will respond to the coming storm. If she handles it admirably, one is willing to be a witness to her achievements. But if she does not, the Adepti shall not hesitate to seize control.
Oh boy. Political power plays.
Let us conclude our conversation here for today. One has occupied enough of your time, and night is approaching. Be sure to get ample rest.
Yes, mother.
So, Shenhe isn't an Adeptus after all. She just grew up around the Adepti. Oh, no wonder she doesn't like being treated as an Adeptus. Having everyone falling over themselves to show their respect all the time must be kind of hard to deal with.
Am I in the right quest for the time skipping thing? Oh yes, I am. Okay. Wait until the following day. Alright, time to screw a time. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. I'm British, I'm allowed to say that.
Hey! So, Shenhe...
Master has relayed my situation to you, I take it?
Yeah.
Oh? How did you know?
She did say she was a light sleeper. She probably heard the whole thing.
I'd intended to wait until you came back before going to sleep, but I didn't hear you come in. I was worried that something may have happened to you, so I went outside to check and caught sight of my master. On top of this, you have been acting very strangely around me this morning, causing me to suspect that my master must have told you everything about me. After all, Master is... very talkative.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it for Cloud Retainer. Yeah, she is very, very chatty. I mean, Ganyu is absolute terrified anxiety every time Cloud Retainer comes into Liyue, just in case she shares any of the baby stories. Cloud Retainer is basically the type of person who, as soon as anyone walks through the door, is like, "You want to see these baby pictures? The most embarrassing kind." It's like, "No, go away, woman."
Sorry, Shenhe. Paimon had you down as an Adeptus this whole time, but it turns out Paimon was wrong.
It's okay. I don't mind. The fault is mine for not explaining everything to you sooner, because in my experience, trying to explain is a futile pursuit.
Fair enough.
Still, though you mistook me for an Adeptus, you never treated me as distant and unapproachable. Instead, you treated me as you would a friend.
I mean, to be fair, we have made friends with a couple of Adepti, so...
For this, I am very grateful indeed.
Aww.
To be fair, we've met our fair share of real Adepti, too.
Yeah, we even got Xiao to smile.
Anyway,
Xiao!
now it's settled. From now on, you're our friend. Whether you're an Adeptus or a human isn't the important thing. First and foremost, we're just plain old friends.
Got it. Although I don't know quite what it entails in terms of what I have to do, I must say I like the title friend very much indeed.
Hang out every now and again, that's about it, really.
Well, now that we're all rested up, we should start searching for the other 2 items on the list. But before we do that, let's go to the building site and ask Ninnguang's little helper how the progress is going.
Ninnguang's little helper. She's already told you to call her the secretary, which is what she is.
After all, Sunset Vermilionite is so rare. Paimon doubts many competitors will really be able to find any. If it turns out some of them have given up already, we'll be able to take things a little more slowly.
Yeah, just remember, that's only 3 things.
And another thing, we bought some grilled chicken drumsticks on the way back last night. There was a place just outside. Here's one for you, Shenhe. Try it! They're so good.
I concur. It has a rich flavor, far more agreeable than those I've cooked for myself in the wilderness in the past.
Ew. Where's the... Right, there's a ramp over here. Hold on. Oh, we just go into the zone for the cinematic thing. Okay. Oh, we have to actually get closer to the ramp.
Look! The Jade Chamber is floating into the sky! But it seems to be tied down by something.
Yeah, otherwise it would keep floating, Paimon. The thing's clearly activated. If it wasn't tied down so people could finish the construction on it, it'd be, you know, unreachable.
That's because it's not finished.
Hey, Bywin! And hey, Beto! And hey, person Paimon doesn't know?
Given the enormous scale of the Jade Chamber, we split the construction work into 2 phases to make sure the structure remains balanced.
Good call. You don't want something that's floating around to be kind of, you know, wibbling and wobbling and on a tilt.
Before we find some suitable plastrite, we build the Jade Chamber's keel at ground level. Once the plastrite is ready, we place it into the keel and let the partially constructed Jade Chamber rise up to the height of the surrounding mountain peaks. The remainder of the construction work is then carried out at that altitude. Once everything is ready, we release the iron tethers and allow the Jade Chamber to rise to its target altitude.
Sounds
Miss
feasible.
Bywin, we've brought some new materials to submit.
One moment, I'll be right there. The construction work has only been able to progress this rapidly thanks to the plastrite provided by you. Lady Ninnguang is most grateful and looks forward to seeing more of your work.
Wow, can't believe you sourced the plastrite so quickly. It's the key piece of the puzzle. Looks like you beat us to the punch.
Okay, Beto, what question do you want to ask her?
Beto? You're joining the Jade Chamber contest too?
Sure am. I happened to get my hands on a chunk of Sunset Vermilionite on a voyage a while back, so I figured I'd bring it over.
Fair dues.
Huh. So even though it's rare, we're not the only ones who managed to get a hold of it.
Depends where you get it from.
Oh, I've got some introductions to do. This is the renowned Miss Yun, or Yunjin, probably the most famous figure in the Liyue opera scene.
Nice.
Greetings.
These two are Paimon and the Traveler, both good buddies of mine. And this is... sorry, not sure we've met.
Shenhe. I am their... friend.
Good to meet you. A friend of a friend is my friend too. Or, as I like to say, a mate of a crewmate is part of the crew.
Sounds logic coming from the Pirate Queen.
Miss Yoon is also here for the contest. Turns out she needed to borrow a boat, so we came together.
It's an honor to finally meet you both. I've heard much about you. Miss Shenhe, though we are only meeting for the first time, I have a feeling that we will get along very well indeed. To be honest with you all, I am in great need of this opportunity to ask Lady Ninnguang a question. That's why I joined the contest. Thanks to my father's connections, I was able to acquire a specimen of the plaustrite required. Fortunately, it was approved for submission, despite being a little on the diminutive side.
Aww.
Wow. So it looks like the three of us are competitors now.
Uh-oh. Oh no.
Excuse me for prying, Miss Shenhe, but are you competing as well?
No, I don't have any questions for Ninnguang. I just wanted to help him win.
In that case, I have a proposal to make.
Oh?
Lady Ninnguang said that the first 3 contestants to procure all 3 materials will be awarded the chance to ask a question. Well, there are 3 teams here. We can split the prize between us.
Sounds logical.
Instead of competing against each other, we could work together to secure the top 3 places between us. What do you think?
I like this
Sounds
plan.
great, but how does it change things exactly?
I think I see where you're going with this, Miss Yoon. The plaustrite was the most difficult item to source by a long shot. Luckily, all 3 of us managed to get our hands on it. The 2 remaining items aren't quite so rare, so as long as one of us finds a way to source it, the other 2 can hop on the bandwagon. How'd I do? Is that what you had in mind?
Precisely.
Huh. Interesting approach.
Okay then. All right, I'll go first. I have some leads on these wonder cores. From what I've heard, the core itself is really not that difficult to make. The hard part is getting hold of the ore used as raw materials. I'm gonna head back to the ship and ask Suling if he's heard of them. You guys...
We will head into town and seek advice from Master Zhang of Hanfeng's Ironmongers. Thoughts?
Yeah, I've done business with him. You
Wonderful.
Can trust his smithing skills.
We'll split into teams then, and whoever makes progress first brings all of us a step closer to victory. I'm gonna take off. See you later.
I do wonder what kind of question Beidou has to ask Ninnguang.
Okay, let's go! By the way, what question are you gonna ask Ninnguang, Yunjin? I'm looking for a venue to host the performance of our new opera. Lady Ninnguang has excellent judgment, so I would like to hear her opinion.
I mean, fair enough.
Ooh, what's the opera called? Paimon wants to go see it. The opera is a labor of love by my father. He wrote it based on a popular urban legend about an evil spirit and an adeptus.
That doesn't really narrow it down.
It's called The Divine Damsel of Devastation.
Ah! That particular rumor. Right, ask Master Zhang about wonder cores. Right. Teleport into Liyue. Let's go chat with the blacksmith about these wonder core ores. Getting pigeons whilst they can't run away from me in the load screen. Hey, Master Zhang.
Ah, hello. Are you here for something off the shelf, or do you need something forged?
Bit of both.
Excuse me, Master Zhang. We were wondering if you'd heard of something called a wonder core.
Of course I have. Sorry, who's asking?
My name is Yunjin. Perhaps you don't know me, but I believe that you forged some weaponry for my father in the past, for stage use.
Okay, now that's pretty good.
Yunjin? Stage use? Oh, So, you must be Miss Yoon. Sorry, my brain's finally caught up. It's not used to doing much beyond bashing a hammer all day. Everyone's heard of you, Miss Yoon. Even folks who don't make it to the opera all that often. Like myself. So, you're here to ask about wonder cores, huh? As it happens, I do know how to make them. Matter of fact, I made some for Lady Ninnguang back when she was building the original Jade Chamber.
Oh, nice. So you'll know which
The types
cores
of
we
ore
need.
needed to make wonder cores are a little hard to come by. Lady Ninnguang supplied them herself last time. I don't suppose you've brought any yourselves?
What ore is it? I might have it in my bag.
No, we were gonna ask you what kinds of ore we need.
Sure. Well, you'll need two kinds. Star Splinter Iron and Subrosium.
I'm sorry, what?
If I remember correctly, Lady Ninnguang sourced her Star Splinter Iron from the Mount Tianheng area. They say it resonates with visions.
Okay. Oh! I see a Chi-Chi. That's the little zombie girl I was on about.
It could take some work, but if you stick with it, you'll find some eventually. As for the Subrosium, though, that's trickier. It's all but unheard of on the market.
Where do we start?
I'm really not sure. Sorry. What I've heard is that the people around Mount Tianheng have some sort of magic trick that can pinpoint the location of the stuff. Of course, it's probably just hearsay. If you want my advice, start by looking for Star Splinter Iron around Mount Tianheng. And if you run into any locals, ask them a few questions about Subrosium.
Mount Tianheng.
Interestingly enough, the story of the divine damsel of devastation also takes place on that mountain. I hear the view there is quite spectacular. A favorite destination of the Adepti, in fact. Perhaps it can give me some inspiration. Let's not delay. We should head straight there.
This is a straight-up work trip for you, isn't it? Alright, southwestern side of Mount Tianheng. Hey, Chi-Chi!
Oh, it's you.
What are you doing here?
Seaside. Dangerous. Chi-Chi is helping with the evacuation.
I'm sorry, what? Evacuation?
Yes. Ninnguang said there's something bad in the sea.
Oh.
So, she sent Chi-Chi to evacuate everyone. But no one will listen to Chi-Chi. So instead, Chi-Chi is guarding this place. If danger comes, Chi-Chi will protect everyone. Don't go near the sea. It's too dangerous.
Well, that's ominous as all hell. Alright, so we're gonna go to the southwestern side of Mount Tianheng. And there's a teleport point straight next to it. Excellent. Alright. Let's see now. This stuff's supposed to resonate with visions. Right, okay. This looks to be like the meteorite event.
I came to Mount Tianheng once with my father as a child. I remember it being such a long climb that I could barely feel my legs by the time we reached the top. Oh, this is quite a trip down memory lane for me. Look at these majestic, towering peaks and the gently flowing streams. It's like setting foot in paradise. No wonder the legend of the divine damsel of devastation is said to have taken place here. Adepti wander oft where mortals seldom stride. Indeed, this looks like a place that one might expect to be frequented by Adepti.
The Divine Damsel of Devastation is your upcoming opera, right? And the story takes place in Mount Tianheng. Huh. Seems like you have a real connection with this place. What's the story about, though?
It's the story of a girl becoming a hero.
Oh.
Cool. A hero story? They're Paimon's favorite. The legend first arose in this area. It is said that there used to be a prosperous village on the mountain. In that village, there was a loving couple who were completely devoted to one another. One day, a terrifying monster appeared. The wife was out collecting herbs and was captured by the monster. Her husband was so distraught at the news that it broke his spirit and drove him to madness. The vile and vicious monster told the villagers, "If you want to live, you must sacrifice a child to me." What a nasty piece of work! Ugh. Paimon sure hopes this monster gets put in its place! But the monster was so terrible and so strong that all within the village were terrified of it. They had no choice but to give in to the monster's demand. Just while they were discussing whose child would be given over to the monster, a little girl suddenly stood up and came forward. No! Don't do it, little girl! Unbeknownst to anybody else, she was concealing an exorcist's blade. She approached the monster's lair, feigning fear and trepidation. When she finally arrived, she courageously drew her sword and entered into a fierce struggle with the monster, from which she eventually emerged as the victor. Her extraordinary abilities drew the attention of the Adepti, and they took her as one of their own. Her story became the stuff of legends. But alas, the paths of mortals and Adepti seldom cross, and she would never again re-enter the mortal world.
I think this might be like a Disney version of her story.
And so, destined to grace the mortal realm for but a brief moment, she vanished like a wisp of smoke into thin air. That's how the opera ends.
I really like this story.
Yeah, it's like the Disney princess version of what your life was.
But I personally think that perhaps the little girl was not as brave as the opera makes her out to be. I'm not sure she deserves all the praise she is given.
I've never considered that before. Opera is always an interpretation of the events it purports to portray. A certain degree of deviation from the truth is always inevitable.
Yeah, there's the truth of the events. A certain degree of deviation, fair enough. This is a complete... this is... What you've got is basically Shenhe's origin story in grim fairy tale. The opera performance is basically the Disney version of it.
When my father wrote the script for this play, I suppose his intention was to inspire his audience with the character of the divine damsel.
I think it's a great story. The ideal story.
Oh.
Well, it sure inspired Paimon! Let's go get ourselves some Star Splinter Iron! Yeah!
Paimon, that's fair enough. Use visions to find the Star Splinter Iron. Okay. I don't have any visions on me. So... let's go for someone who actually has... Actually, I'm curious. Does this count as a vision? Or I wonder. Is this... No, I think this is just going to be a thing. Nope, that's geosigils. Oh! Yeah, we don't have a... Yeah, of course you're not reacting. The reason why Zhongli's vision isn't reacting is because, well, his vision is, well, a fake. Because, well, he is a god. He's the... I'm kind of curious that hers is reacting, though, since it's... Oh, hello. That looks like some Star Splinter Iron up there. Okay. So yeah, this is like the meteorite event that was on a while back in 1.1 or 1.2, I think. Where we first encounter Scaramouche. Hello, that's blinking. Must be around here somewhere. Let's see now. blinked for a moment. Maybe it's up the top. Let's see if it's up here. Doing some glowings. Again, some glowings.
There should be enough star sponge or iron. Now we just need to find that Subrosium.
I think I saw a village on our way here. Master Zhang said we should ask the locals for help. Why don't we try there?
Or Star Splinter. I'm gonna keep Aloy out since it seems to be reacting to her. Oh, Sally. There we go.
Hey, there really is someone here. Yunjin, looks like you were right. Excuse us, sir. Can we ask you something?
You okay?
Huh. He didn't seem to catch that.
Hello, sir. We were just passing by and wanted to ask if you happen to know anything about Subrosium.
Is he trying to tell us to look for clues in the village? Well, whatever. Guess we're on our own here. Shenhe, Yunjin, let's have a look around.
Sorry, you can go ahead without me. I'd like to have a word with this gentleman. If that's okay with you, Uncle Mingjin.
You know them?
It's...
Shenhe.
Uh-oh, family reunion.
Shenhe. You're alive. The rumors were true. So, all these years?
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to find Subrosium. But I think you can find some information in the village. This place is deserted now. No one ever comes here. So you can rummage around all you want.
Huh? You know this guy, Shenhe?
Probably. Yeah, he's probably... Yeah. Probably to both things. The events on the game and also your question there, Zach.
Thank you, kind sir. We'll go and take a look around. Don't worry. Mingjin has no ill intention towards Miss Shenhe. She'll be quite safe.
Oh. She's not the one I'm worried about.
Okay, then let's see what we can find in this village.
Shenhe's not the one I'm concerned about.
I came back here once before, a few years ago. Alone. I hid it from Master at the time. It was deserted then, too, except for a few low-life bandits. Everyone and everything I remembered was long gone. But as people were passing by, they stopped to admire me. They praised me, telling me I gave off the aura of an Adeptus. I tried explaining to them that I wasn't an Adeptus, just an ordinary person who came from this village. But no one believed me. When I saw how run down all these houses were, I felt at a loss. It was like I took a look at the world, and on the surface, it looked like a vast realm with so many places I could go. Then I looked a little closer, and there was nowhere for me to go at all.
Suddenly, so much time has gone by. Everything has changed.
Last time I visited, I felt so upset. But today, I don't know why, but it feels different.
It is easy for your mind to run wild when you are alone. But this time, you are with your friends, aren't you?
Yes, my friends.
Aww. Alright, let's go look. Let's see if there's any more splinter iron. Okay. Let's see if we can find anything about the Subrosium stuff.
Huh. What's this?
Okay. The doctor said you were gravely ill. Don't worry, I'll give everything I have to save you. My heart bleeds whenever I see you getting wearier. Your illness beyond treatment. How I wish I could suffer this pain for you. You said you had no regrets in this life and that you only wish for me to take good care of Shenhe, but you regret nothing. Why the tears? I don't know what I've been doing lately. Though I still breathe, I feel like an empty shell. I have read all the ancient texts I could get my hands on, looking for ways to save you, but it's utterly futile. I finally found it. It was Minjun. He had kept the book that could save you hidden. I took it and followed the instructions to summon a god and offer a sacrifice. The god appeared. I told him I was willing to exchange my life for yours. He kept silent and only pointed at our daughter, Shenhe. The god said her fate was to bear the curse of calamity, and that she was prone to bring harm to those close to her. The god also said that she might even have been the cause of your death. In that case, I thought I should. I left her in the cave that the god mentioned. 3 days have passed and still no news. I grow restless from waiting, seized by an ominous feeling. I am sorry, my love. Forgive me. You too, Shenhe. Please forgive me. How stupid I was. How blind. Let me apologize to both of you. In person. Oh, Lord! Oh, boy. True story of the divine damsel of devastation.
So, Shenhe is the divine damsel?
Yep.
Now that I think about it, she does behave rather like an adeptus, and she is about the right age. So that's why I've been getting the strangest feeling whenever I chat with her. I should have noticed it earlier. According to this text, the divine damsel from the opera was actually the daughter of the loving couple. And she didn't volunteer. She was sacrificed to the monster by her own father.
That's what she said was the ideal story.
The truth is even more lamentable than the opera. Now I understand why Shenhe said the girl was not as brave as people think. It wasn't her choice to enter that ghastly situation. She was forced into it. It looks like my father may need to make a few revisions to his beloved opera.
I'm gonna run that one by Shenhe first. I mean, she seems to like your version. Okay, some more records. The branch family of exorcists used to live in east of the
So
village.
it seems that Shenhe's father thought he was summoning a benevolent deity using a magic incantation. But in fact, he summoned an evil god's remains, which took the form of a monster.
A branch family of exorcists used to live in the east of the village, but in around 2 weeks the mother died of disease, the young daughter went missing, and shortly after the father hanged himself on a tree in the yard of his own house. Yep. It has been confirmed that the traces of an evil god's remains were found in the village. The villagers are panicking as no one is certain whether the evil god's remains are gone for good. Do be careful when you are in this area.
His obsessive yearning for his deceased wife led to a terrible tragedy. The villagers moved away in fear, without ever learning the truth. And now, this place is deserted. Still, I do wonder what the connection is between Shenhe and Mingjun.
We've looked everywhere, but still no mention of Subrosium. Let's have a look over there.
Okay.
This is it!
Magic engraved on a Subrosium does not wear off easily. Some believe the stone to be a bridge between the living and the dead. However, finding Subrosium is no easy matter. You need to be at the right place at the right time. Legend has it you may find Subrosium if you stand in the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianhan at dusk and look in the direction of the setting sun. Oh boy, this is going to take some temporal manipulation.
So basically, we need to go to the middle of the lake south of Mount Tianheng at dusk, and we'll find us some Subrosium. Let's go back!
Gaijin is still alive. Yeah, it looks like he's still standing.
One year when I was back visiting, I heard a story about a white-haired adeptus from a merchant passing by. I never imagined it was you. I was a very close friend of your father's. I could have stopped him from performing the summoning ritual. I had plenty of chances, but I couldn't bring myself to stand up to him. I just let things happen, let it all escalate. Well, we all know how that story ended. I bring flowers back here every year. And each time I wish I had a chance to apologize to you.
Apologize for what? If you'd stopped him, he'd only have found another way. There is nothing he wouldn't have done for his true love. Nothing.
Do you still hate him?
I don't know what I feel. I'm told my fate is to bear the curse of calamity, so my master bound my soul with red ropes to curb my aggression. But it also dampened my emotions, making me dispassionate, like the Adepti. So if you ask me how I feel about the past, if I hate my father or not, the truth is, I feel nothing at all.
It must have been so tough for you all these years.
Shenhe, we're back!
Oh, then I will leave you all in peace. Shenhe, it brings me some solace knowing that you are okay. I'll tell you more about the old times next time we meet.
Thanks, mister. We found some info in the end.
Well, he survived at least. That's something good.
Shenhe, look! This tells us how to find Subrosium. All we gotta do is go to the middle of that lake.
Let's go then.
Miss Shenhe, there's something I'd like to talk to you about. Just now, in the village, we found your father's diary. It turns out that many of the details in the Divine Damsel of Devastation are not true to the facts. So I'd like to change them.
Why?
I know I say that opera always deviates from the truth, but now that the main character is standing right here in front of me,
That's a very good point.
I cannot simply dismiss your lived experience in favor of my father's fiction.
That's a very valid point. But at the same
It's
time...
okay. I like your version.
But, huh?
My master once said that the day I learn how to use my strength for the good of others is the day that I can truly become part of human society. So, I hope that one day I might be brave enough to stand up and protect others, just like the girl in the opera.
Aww.
But I've never thought this way before, and I wonder whether I will continue to think in this way.
Don't worry. I believe you will. In fact, I think maybe you've already started to become the person you aspire to be. You just haven't had the opportunity to see it for yourself yet.
Shenhe! Yunjin! Cut the chit-chat! Let's go!
Good lord, Paimon, you're such a slave driver.
We can't let someone else beat us to it!
Oh, you are such a slave driver, Paimon. Right, middle of the lake, which is at the top of Mount Shenhe, I believe. It's over there anyway. Okay, oh, it's not even at the top of Mount Shenhe. Okay, so we can just straight up fly over there. Oh, glide. See if we can find any more thrusters or iron whilst we're at it. Okay, so we need to go to...
Ever seen one of these?
Wow, okay, so the freezing effect for her on the water doesn't last that long. Okay, we look at this direction of the setting sun. The sun sets in the west, and wait until evening. So... temporal manipulation edition, 1730. So we need to wait for dusk. Very careful on this. 1727 will do. Make sure we're looking in the right direction. There we go. Right. Ow! Here we go, some Subrosium.
That's everything we need! Let's head back and report in! Paimon's curious if Beto's made any progress.
Xiao, what are you doing here?
What brings you here? Have they found a solution to the danger in the sea?
Danger in the sea.
Ninnguang didn't tell you.
Nope.
Something has happened in Guyan Stone Forest. According to the contract, as an Adeptus, I should not get involved for now. But these things can be unpredictable. I have a contingency plan of my own.
Xiao, what do you...
Only a single mountain lies between here and Liyue Harbor.
Aha! What?
If things get out of control, I will defend this place myself.
Well, this is all getting very ominous. Right, back to Liyue Harbor. Something in the ocean. We haven't been told what, though.
Oh, goodness.
So, are they okay?
This is some top quality ore you found. I think I'll get a good end product out of these. Guess now it's my time to shine.
Hey everyone, how's the A-team doing?
We got the stuff.
I ran into a bit of a brick wall on my end. Suling's never seen a Wonder Core before, and says it'd take a lot of research for him to get up to speed.
We've got one on the make right now.
Leave the Wonder Cores to me. I'll work on them while you go about your business. Don't worry. It won't take me too long.
Nice.
Much obliged, Master Zhang. We should look into the Adepti sigils next, but where should we find items relating to the Adepti?
I'll sort that out.
Oh? You got this then?
Yes. I have been training with the Adepti for years. I know a thing or two about making sigils.
Nice.
When we first met, I told you I came for the Jade Chamber, not the contest. In fact, I came specifically to deliver Adepti sigils. Master heard that Ninnguang was planning to rebuild the Jade Chamber, so she sent me to deliver some Adepti sigils to her.
This kind of feels like cheating.
Master also said she hoped that I can take this opportunity to rejoin human society. But now that I'm here, I wonder if I've been removed from the world for too long. There's so much basic knowledge that I lack. Maybe it won't work for me to stay here after all. But either way, I'm very glad to have met you. And I'll take care of those Adepti sigils.
Without knowing the ins and outs of your situation, I can't say whether you should stay or not. But now that our paths have crossed, we'll always have a connection. So if you're ever feeling down, come find me on my ship. There'll be a drink waiting for you.
Oh no. No. I don't think we should introduce her to drink. Especially
Thank
not your
you.
type of drink, Miss Pirate Queen.
So, Master Zhang, I'll need to use your facilities to make the sigils.
Fine by me. I'm actually curious to see how the Adepti arts work. Maybe I'll learn something.
And there's a thunk.
Whew. The sigils are ready. Though they are in some respects inferior to my master's, I can assure you there will be no quality issues.
To be fair, Adepti sigils made by a human trained by Adeptus wouldn't be the same quality level as a Adepti sigil made by Adepti, but
yeah, I've finished forging the things you asked for too.
Great! Let's go submit them before someone else gets there ahead of us.
I don't think they will. I mean, we've literally got an Adeptus trained person making us the sigils. And we've got the smith who made the Wonder Cores last time making us the Wonder Cores now. I'm just going to take a look at what's better in my inventory just to kind of take a look and see it. Okay. Anywho. Which way do we need to go from here, I think? That way. Basically just run out of town. Okay. Ooh, that's coming along a bit. To be fair, when they announced in the 2.4 special program that we were going to be helping rebuild the Jade Chamber, I was expecting it to be kind of a more gradual event thing, not a get out of the water, get out of the water, get out of the water. I wasn't sure how much stamina I had left. I wasn't feeling like drowning in the damn stuff. Anyway, I wasn't sure. I thought it was going to be more like a gradual build, not this, well, rather rapid construction. Okay, Kudos are wearing the hard hat, but I think the robes might not quite fit in with it. The other guy looks much more practical for wearing a hard hat setup, but robes plus hard hat. Even the Millilith are wearing hard hats. Miss Secretary, however...
Ninnguang's little secretary! We found all the materials!
What's little secretary? I suppose it's an upgrade from little helper.
Oh, already? All three of you found them together. Okay, I see. The Wonder Cores and Adepti sigils look good. It seems that we found our winners.
Everyone calls for all the participants to gather.
I hereby announce that the winners of this material procurement contest are the Traveler, Yunjin, and Beidou.
What? It's over already? I haven't even found the prostrate yet!
Dude, it's floating. Do you think you need to find it?
I can't believe it. So close, but so far.
I'd like to invite our three winners to please proceed to the Jade Chamber, where Lady Ninnguang is waiting for you.
Huh? Where's Beidou? She was right here!
Captain Beidou has some business to attend to. She will join later. Please come with me for now.
Alright then, guess we'll head on up to the Jade Chamber first. This has been a long time coming. The last time we went up to the Jade Chamber was ages ago.
Almost feels like a whole year ago. Nice.
Combine the Adepti sigils with the Wonder Cores and insert them into the Jade Chamber's control compartment. The construction of the new Jade Chamber is now officially complete. Once the tethers are released, it will soar into the sky. Thank you all for your
work. It even has bonsai trees floating around the place.
Now it is time for me to fulfill my promise.
Yeah!
Miss Yun, I've already heard something about the reason for your involvement. You are looking for a venue for your new opera, aren't you?
That's right. Lady Ninnguang, I would like to hear your opinion.
The unveiling of Miss Yoon's grand new opera surely requires a venue of equal grandeur. So what would you say if I proposed that we stage your first performance right here, in the newly built Jade Chamber?
Ooh, can't get more prestigious a venue than that.
The Jade Chamber offers a splendid panoramic view of the mountains and the bustling city. It is fitting for the finest performance to be hosted in the heavens. I can think of no better stage for you than here, Miss Yoon.
Woof!
Thank you, Lady Ninnguang. Then I will prepare my props and other articles shortly. Please allow me to bring all these aboard the Jade Chamber.
You're quite welcome. It's truly what a good opera deserves.
A traveler, Shenhe, Paimon, I'll be leaving now. Do come and see my play when the time comes.
You're next. What is your question? I should clarify. I do not know your sister's whereabouts. Please, don't waste your question on this matter.
Fair enough.
Wow, you're a mind reader, Ninnguang. Oh well, guess Paimon will ask a question then.
Him?
Managing a successful business is not as simple as you might think. Capital, connections, sensitivity to the trends, and instinct for what is a good opportunity. All of these traits are crucial.
Yeah, which is,
If you want to know how to make money, I will honor our agreement and give you an answer. But that is not to say that it will work for you.
Wow, Paimon hadn't even asked the question yet.
Your question was written all over your face. Now look, you helped me rebuild the Jade Chamber, and I intend to repay you handsomely for it. So I promise you that should you one day require financial assistance, you may seek employment here. I will pay you at the highest rate of remuneration.
Okay.
Oh, great! So next time we run out of Mora, we just need to come to Ninnguang?
Ninnguang is not your piggy bank, Paimon.
No more questions from us. Shenhe, you got a question?
Me?
Yes, you.
Yes,
You helped.
This was a group effort.
Thank you. But I don't have anything to ask.
Are you sure? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I'd urge you not to squander it.
Yeah, just don't waste it. Hold on a second. Paimon can probably think of another one.
Oy.
Lady Ninnguang, do you think I can ever fit in Liyue Harbor?
Now that is an interesting question.
Yeah, fitting in's always an interesting question.
Liyue Harbor is very inclusive. As long as you respect the rules here, you will not be turned away. So, the key is whether or not you yourself can develop a sense of belonging in Liyue Harbor.
Huh. A sense of belonging.
Yes. To become fond of a place, to feel part of it, it always requires a reason. Perhaps someone you've met, or something you've experienced here. Or perhaps you enjoy the atmosphere of Liyue, and you will become accustomed to it. In short, everyone needs a reason to stay. I hope you can find yours soon.
I see.
Hey, what's going on? I just went to see the fleet. I'm a little later than expected.
Come
Okay,
on,
Beidou,
Beidou.
what's your
It's
question?
your turn. Do you have a question for Ninnguang?
What's your question?
Me? Nah, I ain't got any questions. She forced me to help out, so I figured I may as well get involved with the contest.
Oh, wow.
Ninnguang, don't forget what we talked about. It's not gonna be easy to deal with. I don't think my fleet can take it on their own.
Don't worry. I have made preparations. The wound dressings are ready, and the Millelith have set up an ambush.
Ninnguang, you want to fill us in?
Glad to hear it. Watch your back. Stay alert.
Beidou? Ninnguang? What are you talking about?
You'll see when the Jade Chamber ascends. However, it's not the most pleasant topic of conversation. Maybe it's better that you don't know.
I think we better know.
When I first set foot in the Jade Chamber, I stood at the edge of the platform and looked down upon Liyue Harbor far below. At that time, I dreamed that one day the Jade Chamber's shadow would be seen in all 7 nations of Teyvat. My wish has not changed to this very day. However, it is not only out of consideration for myself that I have built the Jade Chamber anew at this time. I hope the Jade Chamber will always float in the skies above Liyue Harbor, bearing witness to the prosperity and peace of the human world. And I hope that you can all witness it with me. Let the Ascension ceremony commence!
Here we go. That can't be good. Ow, something. Didn't we squish you already? Here we go again.
Right on cue. The Avenger of the Vortex, Beisht.
Who is that?
Beisht.
Osial's wife.
Osial's wife.
Final
Of
follower
course.
of the Overlord of the Vortex.
Of course.
Sounds like you knew this was coming.
Beto sensed something was stirring in the deep. She warned me months ago. Knowing she harbors hatred toward the Jade Chamber, I chose to rebuild it now as a way of drawing her out.
Got it. Well, let's go fetch the Adepti.
No.
Huh?
In this human age, the people of Liyue must find a way to overcome this crisis on our strength alone.
We've heard last time it took humans and Adepti working together to take down Osial, so humans working on their own to take down Osial's wife. We'll definitely figure out the job. There's the fleet. Ah, that's a tsunami.
All hands, tsunami incoming!
Roll, 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 roll. Oh, boy.
What's that? Wait! A giant wave!
Oh, he's got some serious jumping power. Oh no! Ah, we just got our asses kicked. Oh boy.
You are a cursed child. Your life brings nothing but disaster to us all. At least if you die, I can bring her back.
The day you learn how to use your strength for the good of others is the day that you can truly become part of human society.
Oh, nice one, Elsa. Oh no, you don't assail. Get back, get back. Oh. Oh god. And of course we have a loading screen going on here. Oh.
What are you doing here?
We can't let you be the only one taking this risk!
I hardly see this as a great risk. The people of Liyue Harbor are well prepared, and she is already badly injured. Only sheer willpower is keeping her alive. I may be nearing the end of my stamina, but in a fight to the death, I think I have the upper hand.
We'll help too!
Okay, what are you playing at? Okay, there's 2 health bars here going on. I'm not sure what's going on here. Ooh! Oh, of course! Messiah's wife would have more than one head. Ooh, that's a thing.
Transfiguration! Manifest!
Do your master's bidding!
Admittedly, I'm just seeing how far I can get with this Shenhe. Like, okay. Which head's gonna attack from where? I'm unbiased. Okay.
Stabilize!
Yeah!
You're stuck now. Got something for ya.
Okay, this is an annoying boss fight. Hold still and let me hit you. Come out of the water. Come on.
Gather!
Here! Following thunder!
Feel the beat! Dredge on
Okay. 2 heads dealt with. 1 left to go. And it's doing a thing. Oh boy. There you are. Come here.
I will have order.
Ever seen one of these?
Take this!
Obey!
Cryo Incarnate! I will wipe them out!
Just gonna do some healing. Nope.
Order guide you.
She's getting away! Shouldn't we go after her?
This place is unstable. It is too risky to continue pursuing her.
I mean, yeah, we're on the bottom of the ocean
If the
floor.
place collapsed, the consequences would be disastrous. Let's head back.
So, Ninnguang, was all that within your expectations? Alright.
I'm just a little exhausted. Otherwise, fine. I wanted to deal with it myself. I didn't expect you to follow me.
Oh, really?
Don't worry. She's not coming back anytime soon. After an injury like that, she'll likely seek refuge somewhere else.
How did things go underwater?
They got away.
It's been dealt with. She was injured before entering the water. It didn't take too much effort to finish the job.
Good. So the crisis has been safely averted. When you visit the Jade Chamber in the future, you will be afforded generous treatment.
Ooh, I like the sound of
Lady
that.
Ninnguang, the fleet reports that the sea monster has left Guyun Stone Forest and the surrounding waters have returned to normal.
Thank you. How are the Millilith?
Thanks to the medical supplies you prepared and Lady Keqing's command, our losses were minimal.
Oh.
Of course, we owe huge thanks to this young lady for her help. On behalf of the entire Millilith, thank you for your service.
Great. Then next time I watch Miss Yun's opera, I'll be able to take the compliments. I wasn't trying to be a hero, though. I just wanted to protect you.
Yeah, well, unfortunately that's how you get to be called a hero.
Let the soldiers recuperate, but don't let your guard down. If she returns with a vengeance, we must be prepared.
A vengeance squared at this point.
Yes, ma'am.
She came with vengeance for Asile's remains, and then we kicked her ass, and now she's gonna be back.
You've been monitoring us for some time now. I trust you've reached a conclusion.
You wish to hear one's opinion. Well, things would have hardly gone so smoothly had it not been for Shenhe.
That I do not deny. However, final victory was always going to be ours, even had things been a little more arduous. If it came to it, I could always destroy another Jade Chamber.
Wow.
One has observed your adaptation of the Guizhong Ballista, and find oneself compelled to admit that you have evidenced some degree of novel thinking.
Some degree? Oh wow, I think this is about as close to a backhanded compliment as we're gonna get.
You have learned from past failures and prepared for this crisis in advance. This is considerable progress compared to the last time.
To be fair, compared to the last time, we did have Fatui intervention going on there, so...
Hence, on balance, one finds your performance during this trial satisfactory enough. But there will no doubt be further trials to come in the future. Do not suppose that one will not continue observing you hereafter.
While the position of Tianquan remains mine, I will always ensure Liyue's safety.
Shenhe, one saw you secretly venture out from the mountains a few years ago, and noticed the air of dejection in which you returned. Hopefully this trip to Liyue Harbor has been a different experience.
Yes. I can't explain it, but I feel happier than I expected.
Good. Traveler, please take good care of Shenhe. She is a dear child.
Oh god, here comes the baby pictures.
In fact, one has many fond memories
Here we
of
go.
Shenhe's childhood that she may be interested to hear about.
This is why Ganyu runs away in anxiety and fear every time Cloud Retainer comes to visit.
There'll be no need for that.
Oh. They are all like this. Fine. Since you care not to listen, one shan't be telling you. One shall be going homeward now.
Please, have a good rest. Come to the Jade Chamber when you have recovered your energy. We must celebrate both the completion of the Jade Chamber and the fact that Liyue has weathered another crisis. This banquet must be the most spectacular ever.
Oh. Yeah, Keqing. Keqing.
The Millilith's casualties are within the range we expected. But in hindsight, there were still flaws with our plan.
No plan ever makes contact with the enemy intact.
If we'd had more time, we could have built a barrier here to absorb the impact of the waves. We must learn from this experience and never repeat the same mistakes again. We were fortunate to have your assistance this time. Thank you.
Okay, I'm gonna teleport over to Beto's boat, because clearly we need to have a chat with her. I love they had her to teleport to the boat. Alright, Beidou, where are you? Yeah. Hey, at least they invited us for drinks. No sign of Beidou here. Damn it, I thought she'd be here. Must be over at the feast already. Okay. Oh, we can teleport to Jade Chamber as well. Nice. That'll probably come in handy. So we'll be having an opera performance as well. Dinner and a show.
Wow! Everyone's already seated! It's Paimon's first time attending a banquet in the Jade Chamber. The food here looks amazing.
All of you here are my distinguished guests. I am determined that each of you thoroughly enjoys yourself.
Oh boy.
Those who don't drink alcohol, please, help yourself to other beverages. Fine wine is a delight to the senses, but it is far from the only one.
Oh, good.
I trust you will find the marvelous view from the Jade Chamber to be an equally gratifying indulgence.
Have you heard? Miss Yun's going to be performing today.
Sure have. Honestly, it's the main reason I'm here. I've never missed any of Miss Yun's performances, and I don't intend to start now.
I've been visiting the Jade Palace, Jade Chamber even.
I hear she's going to perform The Divine Damsel of Devastation today, the one written by her father. I've been so excited that I've barely slept the last few nights.
Don't fall asleep during the performance. Or
Look!
or shoo
Miss
you off
Yun is
the
going on stage!
Oh. Here we go.
批冠到这里本该接近尾声，但今日我再添一笔，唱与诸位听。世道为敌人不识，自有知音多情思。功名烈烈见了心，只知无愁心。彼时鹤归，茫茫天地无依靠， 孤身离去。今日再会，新朋旧友坐满堂，共聚此时。
What did you think? Personally, I thought I sang rather well.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Paimon wants to learn too.
It was wonderful. Also, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks to you, the Divine Damsel of Devastation is a more nuanced tale than ever. The play has an ending, but life goes on. I believe you will find a way to fit in Liyue Harbor.
Thank you. I think I've found the opportunity I needed to change.
Ms. Yun, here you are.
Oh boy.
Great to see you.
Oh boy.
Huh? Hey, this young lady with the white hair looks like some kind of VIP. Yeah, that's it, like an Adeptus. Wait, you're the girl from the opera, aren't you? The Divine Damsel herself. And look who else we have here, the illustrious traveler. Well, I'll be. This was definitely worth showing up for.
How much of it you gonna remember?
Let me pull up a chair. All right. We'll all have a friendly chat, get better acquainted.
Alternatively, you could leave us alone. That is, if you'd prefer to finish your drink via the orifice of your own choice.
Uh-oh. This feels all too familiar. Shenhe's back to her old self again.
To be fair, she'd fit right in Glasgow.
Hey, what are you doing?
Calm down, Shenhe. Calm down.
Oh. Now something about the whole Yunjin thing there with that. Yunjin legit has two voice actors. One you hear in, well, when you chat with her and during the cinematics prior. The other one is legitimately, let me actually double check this. One of the top, if I'm remembering correctly, double check this. One of the top Chinese opera performers. Let me double check this. I don't want her Yunjin build. Double check. Yunjin. Voiceovers. Here we go. Oh no, that's our actual voiceover lines. No, I wanted voiceover actors. Other languages. Here we go. Bugger. Hold on. But yeah, her voice actors. One of them is one of the top tier Chinese opera performers, who Yunjin is kind of basically based on, which is just insane. Here we go, Yunjin VA. Here we go. Who voices Yunjin singing? There we go. Oh, continue without disabling. What's the name? What's the name of the actress? Yan Yang. And it is just. She is very popular in China's opera circuit, but isn't well known outside. And this is just utterly mad. By all accounts, from what I've been able to find on her, she's the equivalent of Freddie Mercury. To give an idea. Which is, in terms of popularity, and definitely from skill. I mean, Chinese opera isn't my forte, most definitely not. But this, you can definitely feel field performance. Oh my god. Oh. So. Brava. Can we get an encore?
To act, one must first feel. After our trip to Mount Tianheng together, I felt much more in touch with the character today. I believe I was able to deliver a more profound performance because of it.
Agreed.
Next time I have a new opera, may we study the character together again.
First things first, I'm just gonna save that in a video clip so I can get the cinematic stuffs. Now we'll reach out with Shenhe.
Now that I think about it, I'm glad Master sent me here to deliver the sigils. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the chance to meet you. I'm sure I have much to learn from you in the future.
You've made an exceptional contribution toward the building of the new Jade Chamber. I will not forget this. I shall be sure to repay your kindness at an appropriate juncture.
Okay, this could be interesting come plot relevance later.
I wonder when I'll be able to build a Jade Chamber of my own. It'll take a lot more wealth than I have now. But hey, you've got to dream big. Who knows? If I keep working at it, maybe one day.
More wine! More wine!
Good lord. Really, dude? You almost got your ass kicked and you're wanting more drink. Good lord.
Drinking and watching opera in the Jade Chamber. A rare and exquisite pleasure.
And with that, gonna have to call there now. That's the end of the Interlude chapter, Act 1. Looking forward to Act 2. And hopefully, later on, as time goes on, be able to pull Shenhe and Yunjin. Till then, JaffaArchfiend, out.